Have you ever looked at life and said, man, it has to be a better life for me out there somewhere? When you feel like every day is the same, everything is so monotonous and so familiar. If you're in a place where you've had some setbacks or you've just never experienced a better version of this thing called life, let's talk. Sometimes I like to get out to clear my mind and walk. It's partially for fitness and also to clear my mind, because a lot of the time we're at work for 8 hours just to race home to get back inside for the remainder of hours until we have to go back to work. I'm always in a constant place of thought about life, comparing where I'm currently at or where I've been. And I'm sure you have too. I wanted to share some thoughts about understanding where you're at is not where you're going to be unless you do nothing. What I want to share with you is that it's so important to have clarity about whatever it is that you want to do in your life. Whether you don't like your current living situation, the car you drive, or you've been looking at getting that business off the ground for a long time, I'm here to tell you, write it out, make it plain, put it on your bathroom mirror so that every time you start your morning, it's working on you subconsciously. As we all know, as we see things repeatedly, so will they appear. In order to envision the better version of your life, go to that dealership, drive that car, go visit the luxury apartments or open house in a higher class neighborhood. Think about what you want your future life to look like.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, July 25th, and hopefully this audio goes well. But something I wanted to kind of thinking about was that I was wondering, you ever feel like you're doing the same thing in life? Like you're always going from one job to the next, not really improving. You're always felt like you're doing the same thing. Like, you ever thought about, man, my life, I feel like it should have been so much more better than what it is, right? We're going to talk about it. Sometimes I like to get outside to honestly get some steps in and to clear my head and have better and clearer thoughts. Because I know a lot of times, for most of us, we get up and we either drive to work and sit in the building for 8 hours, or say for the ones that are more fortunate to be able to work from home, either way you're still sitting inside, but sometimes it's nice to just clear your head, clear your space, be in a different environment while working on, your body goals as well. But I wanted to share some thoughts about understanding. I wanted to share some thoughts about if you feel as though life isn't moving and you feel like you've always found yourself to be in the same place, understand that where you are right now is not where you will be unless you decide to do nothing. It's the reality of it, right? So one thing that I was thinking about was that you really want to have a sense of clarity about your life and your goals and really where you want to be. Look at where you're at now, right? If you say, I'm so sick of this job, I'm only making $40,000 a year. My manager is super rude. I want to work somewhere more professional. I want to make more money. I'm tired of driving this old beat up car. I don't like where I live. Things are falling apart. The people never come fix anything. Or either I've been in this city so long where I've grown up and I'm just tired of seeing this same environment, right? You want to have a sense of clarity about what you want first and foremost, and put in some actual action steps in order to acquire that, right? Some things that I've done, and I'm not where I want to be yet, right? But I do my best to be intentional with certain decisions. Like you see, I'm out here recording, and this is a 2 for 1. I'm starting my morning, I'm getting my steps, and also I'm talking to you guys, right? So, me getting my steps is me getting my steps in. I'm able to come outside, touch grass, think clearly, remove myself from the four walls that I'm always in, just to have a sense of freedom, right? And do my content while doing it. But yeah, with those things in your life that you're looking at and you say, man, like this is just not, we were all younger at one point. We're like just wanted to be grown so bad, just wanted to be grown so bad. But what you quickly find out is that it's a world of obligation, a world of expensive obligation, right? But I mean, expensive is relative to the individual, with everyone having a different uh, income wage. But anyway, so if you have a goal that you want to acquire, think about putting yourself in those spaces, right? If you're like, man, I'm so tired of driving this car, I want a newer car. Obviously, a newer car takes more money. You may have the money, or you need to put yourself in a better position to be able to afford that car, right? But things that you can do to make it more tangible for yourself in your life: go to that dealership. They'll talk to you. They'll meet you out in the parking lot. Go to that dealership and go and test drive the car that you want to have, right? Talk figures and numbers and, credit and things of that nature. Don't do anything there. Don't give them any information, but go and test drive the vehicle. They'll let you do that, right? Put yourself in spaces where pretty much you're manifesting the life that you want to have. If you don't like where you live, whether it's the side of town or it's a rundown apartment or an older house maybe a family member gave to you, go out and talk to the people in the luxury apartments, right? Go to an open house on the other side of town where they have, luxury type houses and things like that, and go to an open house and walk around and be in the energy and the ambiance of it, right? Do those things. Be intentional about what it is that you want in your life. One thing that I'm going to actually do, and I need to buy a lot of stationery type things, but I do need to get some post-it notes. So some things that I'm working on, I'm going to go ahead and write them down on post-it notes and put them on my mirror. So when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm going to use the bathroom, I'm doing anything, I'm going to always see it, right? Because we all know the more you see something, it does work on your subconscious. You'll see it for that quick point in the morning, and then later on in the day while you're doing something, it's going to pop into your head, and then you're going to think more about it, right? Um, I'll kind of share a little bit. I am going to be moving in towards the end of the year. And currently, I do not live on my own, but I will be going back to live on my own, right? So I have this vision for myself in my life, what side of the town I want to live on, what I want my place to look like. But there are things that I have to get in order before I get to that point, right? So me envisioning that right now and putting um, pretty much manifesting it, but also putting myself in a position where I could be around that space. You have to go look at the place, right? You have to get the numbers. You want to get a list of all the fees and everything like that. They're going to say, oh, you need to make 3 times the rent. These are all the things that I'm looking at right now. So if I were to say I want a luxury apartment or I want to get a townhome, I need to plan and prepare for that, right? If you're someone that's out here and you want to start your own business, that's something where you need to plan and prepare and write it out. Put it on your wall. What they say, write it out and make it plain. Do that, right? I just want you to know that where you're at right now in life is not where you will be unless you do nothing, right? If you're sick of your surroundings, you're sick of your manager, you're sick of the kind of money you make, you're sick of never being able to travel, things like that, put some action to it, have a sense of clarity, right? Another thing that I want to talk about as well is, this is something I hear people do a lot. Avoid self-deprecating talk. And what that means is, be nice to yourself when you make a mistake or you don't know something or you do something wrong. When people say things to themselves like, sorry, y'all see I'm rocking back and forth on the bench, but when people say things like, oh, I'm so stupid, oh, I'm so dumb, why did I do that? That is such a pet peeve. It's such a pet peeve. Love on yourself. The words you speak, they mean everything. Because as soon as somebody walks around and they agree with you that, yeah, you're so stupid, or they call you stupid, then you may want to get defensive, right? And what they say, the power of the tongue is powerful. And what you say, you're bringing it into fruition. So speak abundance and positivity over yourself. A lot of things in life we're not going to get right. Look at me. I'm doing YouTube. I've been doing it for not that long, but I'm learning as I'm going. And it's some things that I'm seeing and I'm like, I need to fix that. I need to work on that. Yeah, but you got to know that with trying anything new, you're going to mess up. And even things that you're skilled at, you could be at work and doing, your position, doing something where you've been doing it for a very long time. And you normally get everything together, everything right, but you have a mishap when it's like you do this every day. You don't say to yourself, oh, I'm so stupid. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will be the first person to tell you don't do that. I tell my boyfriend that you don't speak to yourself that way. I tell my manager that because she messed up something for me and she called herself stupid. I'm like, you will never sit in my company and talk badly about yourself, because the first thing I'm going to say is, speak nicely to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Don't talk to yourself like that. So for now, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. But I was out getting a walk, and you see I have my microphone, so I just wanted to see if it was going to give good audio or not. But we'll see. And thanks for listening to my Thai talk. All right. Thanks for watching Thai's Adulting Handbook. See you in the next one.